Just got to Forest Lakes about 30 minutes ago. It's currently 70 degrees and sunny out. It's about 30 degree difference from down in the valley right now, which I'm stoked about. I've lived in Arizona pretty much my whole life, and one thing that always blows my mind is how you can pretty much drive 2 hours in any direction, and the landscape, the scenery, and the weather are just drastically different. These power lines are going crazy right now. It's like a staticky noise. I swear, this same bee has been chasing me for the last 3 miles. One question I get a lot when people find out that I enjoy running marathons is, how do you enjoy it? Like, how do you actually like running? And it's something that I've always had a hard time answering, like on the spot, but it's something I think about a lot, because at first I hated running. I didn't enjoy it at all. It wasn't something I look forward to like I do now. It was a struggle in the beginning. I did not enjoy it. So with that being said, reason number one I love running is the fact that it's one time during the day that you have complete control over. And it doesn't matter how long it is, but 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, you're in charge of every aspect of it. Your route, your mindset during the run, how hard or easy you go. In fact, a lot of times that 1 hour or whatever it is the only part of the day that you get to control. Life has so many things that are out of our control, so it's nice to have one thing that you can look forward to every day. You get 100% say in everything that happens during that time. Reason number two I love running: you can eat pretty much whatever you want, whenever you want. In high school I always played sports, and then once I graduated, I went up to Flagstaff for a year to go to NAU, and I stopped playing sports just because they weren't organized anymore. But I didn't stop eating the way I ate in high school, and it didn't turn out well for me. I gained a bunch of weight, felt like shit, and I realized I gotta change something. I gotta, my parents aren't enrolling me in sports every year anymore. I gotta figure this out on my own. Intermittent fasting and running were the two things that really changed that for me. Something I've realized since I started recording myself is how much I say Anyway, reason number three I love running so much: it's by far been the number one confidence building activity I've ever done in my life. When I first started running after that year at NAU, it was mainly on the treadmill, and I would do it a couple times a week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week, and I would lift weights, and I would always kind of dread the part where I had to get on the treadmill and do 3 miles or so. And I remember thinking, I don't think I could ever do a marathon. Like, that's such a long distance. I'm struggling to do 3 miles indoor on a treadmill. After about 3 or 4 weeks of consistent treadmill running, 3-4 miles a day, 3 days a week, I realized, like, damn, it's actually getting easier. Like, the progress I made in a little less than a month, I was shocked. I was like, I don't believe it. At that point, I kind of gained the confidence to start genuinely thinking about signing up for a marathon and trying it out. So fast forward about 2 years, and I signed up for the Phoenix Rock and Roll marathon. Prior to that, I did a half marathon in Portland, and it was the best experience in my running career, I guess you could call it. So I decided to sign up for the full. And one thing that was really stopping me for those 2 years of running a full marathon was the idea of a time goal. I didn't want to go out and do my first one and just do it slow and kind of walk through it and limp through the finish line. I wanted to come out and kind of set a high standard for myself. somebody said this recently to me. I was talking to them about just life, and they said a quote, and I'm probably messing it up, something along the lines of perfection is the thief of good. And that kind of stuck with me, because if you focus on perfection too much, you're going to stop yourself from doing something and doing it well. As I'm rambling on here, I'm starting to realize this is probably a long story in terms of my first marathon to the point I'm at now. So to wrap it up, running has been huge for my confidence in the area of running itself and other areas of life. It's proven, it's me, I've proven to myself through running that a lot of the things that I think about, like down the line and even the next day or whatever, short term, long term, a lot of the stuff that I don't think is attainable or doable is. And it might take time, because it definitely did for me in terms of running, but once you build it into your routine and start falling in love with the long list of reasons to love running, it gets easier and easier, and it builds on itself. You know, one day 1 mile is out of reach, then the next day it's 3 miles, then the next day it's a 10K. So just get out there and do it today.